Hello, welcome to Young Minds versus Physics. Today, I'm bringing you out a very important information regarding 12th class model paper 2021, 2020-21 batch. You know that the dates are already announced, right? In the month of May, your examinations are going to be started. And here is the model paper where you can see that almost it is a kind of like short answer question type. Max to max, you may find one or two questions. Question as a whole carrying 3 marks maximum, and remaining all. So maybe a question may be said to carry 5 marks, but in that you will have two or three sub questions. So thus you can categorize the paper as something like where it is of short answer type paper, right? And let us see the details here. Maximum marks allotted 70 marks, and the time allowed is 3 hours. Here all questions are compulsory, and there are 33 questions in all, and the question paper has 5 sections, section A to E, right? And the details are here, like section A contains 10 very short answer questions and 4 assertion reason type questions, each one like 1 mark each. Right, so those are MCQs. The assertion reasoning are of MCQs, and the 10 are very short answer questions, each carrying 1 mark. And section B has 2 case based questions. Let us see the details also, how the questions will be given, and you can guess from the model of the kind of the questions which are given in this paper, right? And each question carries 4 marks. Section C contains 9 short answer questions of 2 marks each. Section D contains 5 short answer questions, 3 marks each, and section E contains 3 long answer questions. Don't again think that long answer means here it is something like very descriptive. Not so much. Even those long answer questions which are like carrying 5 marks are having sub questions in them, right? There is no overall choice. That is very important here. However, you will be finding internal choice, and that internal choice is also not given to all questions as per the model which is released right now, right? And there is no internal choice to all the questions, right? And so now let us see the how the questions are given like in detail. So now coming to section A. Section A, if we divide section A into 2 parts again, one is like very short answer questions. There will be 10 questions, each carrying 1 mark. And again MCQs, like assertion reason type questions. Those are of 4 questions, each one carrying 1 mark. Okay, now let us see how the internal choices given, right? I'll read out the questions here, and here I just wanted to tell you all that those who want or you have any requirement of any particular topic from 12th boards, especially the board syllabus, like the concepts which are dealt under the cbse board, right? Related to this model of this kind of questions, right? This model of the paper. So you can just text me in the comment section. You can just give your comment in the comment section so that I can go with those particular videos, right? So that it may be helpful to you, right, in scoring more marks in 12th boards, right? So now coming to this one, section A. If you see the first one, name the physical quantity having unit joule per time. See, these are all the questions which are like very short answer questions, maybe one word answers. And if you see the second one, you can find an internal choice in this. Right, so which is having like it's a numerical, of course, a direct concept, direct substitution. Even then, they have provided as an internal choice here, right? And when you see the third question, that there is no choice again, right? In the fourth, again, you can see the choice, right? So electromagnetism and nuclear physics and modern physics, especially like advanced physics, like where you will be talking about the PN junction and the diodes and all the transistors. So from that syllabus, you can see that there is an internal choice given, right? Remaining all very simple and straight questions, right? So maybe paper may be like this, like it is not necessary that every question like in a particular section is provided with internal choice, and care must be taken while reading the question paper. That is very, very essential, right? So 10 questions are like this. And now coming to the assertion reason type questions, and you know the pattern, but let me again give you the details here. You know that you will be having 4 choices in this, and 2 statements will be there. One is assertion, the other one is reason. The choices go like this: if both A and R are true and R is a correct justification of A or the correct explanation of A, then you go with choice A. Both assertion and reason statements are true, but R is not correct explanation of A. When you find it to be like that, then you have to go with option B. A is true but R is false, you have to go by C. And A is false and R is also false, both false, you have to go with choice D. So this is how the assertion reason type questions are, right? And in this you have like 11, 12, 13, 14, these 4 questions come under the same section, right? And that is section A, where after 10 very short answer questions, you are going to get this assertion reason type questions. These are MCQs. And moving on to section B. So questions 15 and 16 are case study based questions and are compulsory, of course. And there is no choice for this, of course. But one thing here is that there are subparts in each question. I think like 5 are given in this model paper, and out of 5 you have to answer any 4. So thus each question carries 4 marks. So that as a whole you can understand that 5 sub questions are given from which you have to answer 4, and each one like carries 1 mark, and thus each case study carries 4 marks. And you know what is meant by case study. It is something like in your JEE paper, you will be finding such questions like passage questions, where passage will be given, and based on that you have to answer the questions based on the passage which are given below the passage. And the same is the case study here. And you can see that the Faraday cage is described, and based on that the questions are asked. And here you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 questions are given. 5 sub questions are given under the case study, and out of 5 it is enough if you answer 4. Okay, right? And always what I suggest is that better you answer all 5 by mistake or unknowingly. If you commit a mistake anywhere and at any particular this thing in answering a question, you will not lose marks. So always, because see, the paper is in such a manner that it is not so lengthy. It is something like that you use your common sense, and then if you are good at your subject, automatically it's very easy and direct, like. And also not so much to write, but you are provided with 3 hours of time, and that's very good thing, right? And then next another case study is given, like this is based on total internal reflection and the diamond. And here again 5 questions are given based on that concept. and you have to answer any 4. But as I suggested, please answer all the 5 questions, right? And coming to section C. Section C, here all questions are compulsory, as it is already informed at the beginning of the paper itself. And now if there is, in case of internal choice, so that means here also there is no guarantee that you will get internal choice, or it is not definite that you will not get internal choice. For some questions you may get, for some you may not find them, right? If in case if you find internal choice, attempt any one, right? Here if you like, this one carries 2 marks, each one carries 2 marks, and first go with the choice whichever you think you know best, and at the end of the paper please don't forget to write the remaining questions also, because you have so much time factor. If you talk about time, the most happiest thing in this paper is that you were provided with 3 hours of time. It's very, 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 very comfortable thing that is provided to us, right, to the students now, right? 9 into 2 marks, 18 marks. So here you can see like short answer question type. Like that means you need to give some reason and some explanation to every question whatever you are writing, right? So here you can see in 17th question there is no choice, 18th you have choice, and 19th you have internal choice, and 20th question you don't have any kind of internal choice, right? 21st, 22nd, 23rd are not provided with internal choice. And don't think, please, students, don't think that the same will be there again in the board paper, that is the main paper. This is only a model paper. It's only a guess, like this may be like this. It's only to provide us the information that the paper can be like this, and we have to be careful in reading the question paper first, right? And in 24th question an internal choice is provided, and 25th without the internal choice. Now coming on to section D. You have like 3 mark questions here. Like 5 3-mark questions are given, that is equal 15 marks you are going to carry from this section. This section carries 15 marks, right? You can score all 15 marks if you answer carefully, right? So all questions are compulsory. The same again in case of internal choice, attempt any one. Here in the 26th question, I don't think there is an internal choice provided to us, right? But here if you observe the 26th question, you can see that there are 2 sub questions here again, right, based on the concept whichever is shown in that. So 2 questions are given, that means 2 sub questions, each may carry 1.5 mark. So as I said, the paper is totally something like short answer type questions paper, right? So writing will not be much, but you need to think and write briefly, at the same time the exact answer, right? Shoot the answer, right? And that is very, very important, right? So don't wander here and there around the subject, but straight away to the straight point you need to reach, and you have to answer. Then there will be a chance for you to score more marks, and also you can impress the examiner, right? And then next in 27th question you have internal choice here again, and in each question you can see that there are sub questions, right? So that means each may carry 1 mark. So it is again like short answer, very short answer type question, right? And in 28th question you are given internal choice again, and here in the 28th one, if you observe the second, the choice question, so directly 3 marks, this question carries 3 marks, and depending on the marks allotted, you know how to justify the answer as well as satisfy the examiner. So that care must be taken always, right? So whether you are answering it like for 1.5 mark or 2 marks or 3 marks, you people are pretty well aware of that, like how to write it, right? And now coming to section E, right? So here also you can see that like in this section E you have 3 questions, each question carrying 5 marks, and again don't think that this is so much descriptive type. Max to max you will be able to say that each one will be of 2.5 marks, right? So that means sub questions are given again. See here, 31, you can see state Gauss law in electrostatics show that with the help of suitable figure that outward flux due to point charge q in vacuum within Gaussian surface is independent of its size and shape. You know how much you have to write, what you have to write. And then again here in the figure there are three infinite long thin sheets having surface charge density plus 2 sigma, minus 2 sigma and plus sigma respectively. Give the magnitude and direction of the electric field at a point. See the question also, see everything, whatever the examiner needs, he is putting it very clearly and you can answer one by one, and so there is nothing to get confused, right? So as and when you are giving answer to each and everything whichever is asked by the examiner, that means you are 100% done. Okay, right. And if you come to like the choice question, you can see that this is having three subparts again. So therefore, throughout the paper, if you observe, it is almost like short answer question type paper, but the time given is 3 hours. That is the best part. I think like in this COVID time, they have taken a very good decision of giving more time to the children to think and write. And of course, the pattern is very much student friendly pattern. Because so wherever there is a little bit of thinking is needed, right? When the question is demanding some in-depth concept of like knowing the concept, like recollecting the formula, substituting in it, and then bringing out the answer. Whenever there is a need of 2 or 3 steps of thinking, they have given an internal choice. That's the best part. Here, as per this model, that is how they did it, and really it is a student friendly paper. And hope you all understood the model here. I'll repeat the exact model once again. See, 3 hours time is allotted for you. Total marks are 70 marks, and total number of questions in all together you have to attempt are 33 questions, and total sections are from A to E. Section A, B, C, D and E, and section A contains 14 marks altogether. 10 marks are of very short answer questions, that may be of one word answer, and 4 questions are of assertion reason type questions from section A. Those are MCQs, right? Hardly the paper takes very less time if you are thorough with your concept, and hope you are all are also thorough with the paper, with the syllabus, right? And again I repeat it, if any one of you have any difficulty in your board syllabus in any particular topic or the chapter, you can just write it in the comment section so that I can give you the videos for that. I can upload the videos in YouTube so that it may help you in like preparing well for board exams, because boards are also important to us. Of course, anyhow 75% of that cutoff, whatever is supposed to be there, like in the previous DE advanced and these things, this time it is not there. Even then scoring good marks, at least minimum of 80%, is good for future, right? Like when in future selections and all that, it's good that you have something like 80% in your certificate, right? Done. So therefore, if you have any doubts, please you can comment in that. And coming to section B here, it has 2 case study kind of questions, like case based questions, and 4 marks each one carries. But you have already seen that 5 sub parts are given. That means 5 questions are given under each case study or under each case, and you can answer, you have to answer only 4. So you answer all the 5. If by chance or by mistake if you lose any one also, you will get like full marks from the section, and that section is very very important section, right? Coming to section C, it contains 9 short answer questions of 2 marks each, and you have already seen that even the each question is again like in most of the cases you have seen that there are sub questions again. So that means it is something like again short answer question, like each one like carrying 1 mark, right? And section D contains 5 short answer questions of 3 marks each. So maximum 1 or 2 questions are there which are not having sub parts or sub questions. So that is also important. While preparing for the exam, please keep that in mind. So you have to read, of course, the whole concept you will be reading, you will be thorough, but which questions may come under this, right? This section, that you have to keep in mind. And these questions are a little bit descriptive type, because 3 marks directly carrying only this section, we can find that one. Even for the last section where each question carrying 5 marks, you have at least a minimum of 3 sub questions. So therefore, if you talk about like carrying maximum marks, means it is in this section, that is in section D. There is a chance that there can be 2 or 3 questions which will carry 3 marks. So therefore, while you are preparing for the examinations, keep this in mind, and you can guess like which questions can be asked under this category, and what should be the sequence of the things that you have to write under this particular section, right? So that is very important. And section E contains 3 long answer questions, of course 5 marks each one, and hardly you have at least 2 sub questions in this. That means max 2.5 marks each one carries, right? So therefore, dear students, all the best. Prepare well for the examinations, especially 12th children. I know you are all busy with your JEE preparation. Somehow government made it. So pros and cons, both ways we can think, right? So writing, going for so many choices so many times is of course a stressful job. And in the first attempt itself, if you can get a 95 plus percentile, so you can forget about the remaining attempts and try, you can directly focus on advanced. That's the best thing that you can do for yourself. So your first attempt, which is going to be in the month of February, must be a rocking attempt. That there you should show your maximum. So you have to target, because see, February you have your mains, and May you have boards. So much time in between. See, this one, if you think of, you are the luckiest people. You are the luckiest people, right? So before the January, they used to have mains, like without even the complete syllabus being done. And then next, immediately in the month of March, they used to go for boards. So, and practicals, theory, and in between the mains. So it was so hectic to those children. But you are lucky that in the month of February, you are going for mains without now thinking about the boards exam. But this one, you keep it in the mind, like what is the pattern. So this pattern is almost something which is very, very student friendly pattern, and also it is something like that when you are very serious towards your NEET and JEE, those people will be able to write these papers very easily. Damn surely you can do it with the highest performance levels. Okay, all the best. See you again. If you have not yet subscribed, please subscribe so that you can see all my videos. All the best, students.